I'm going to walk you through what the table should look like fully set up. The first section is our weightlifting. Both of the dumbbell stands should be placed on the corner of the squares so that when you look right above, they line up with the corner like that. The actual dumbbell will be placed right on top like that for competition. Moving on to scuba diving. The scuba locker should be placed so that the corner goes right in here, like so. And then the longer side going this way. The weight is lined up along the gray line with its edge touching the outer circle for C5. Moving on to archery. Our 3 targets should be placed so that they are centered in the 3 circles, going yellow, red, and blue, with the targets facing up. Yellow, red, and blue should all be lined up so that their fronts are equal and that the majority of the target is centered in the circle. The blue may not be totally centered because it is a little bit thinner than the red and the yellow. And finally, we have curling. For curling, you'll place one of the green stones inside B1, the intersection of the gray line and this gray line. That's looking straight above. This is the location of the other 2 stones. The red opponent stone is going to be so that the edge of it is right at this intersection. And then the green is going to be along the line and right inside the inner and outer circle of B5. The starting zone will be located right here in the red square that is by the water. The first task I'm going to talk about is the scoring for the snorkel. In this challenge, the robot needs to bring this snorkel weight and drop it either in the green zone or the locker. If at the end of the competition, the weight is completely in the green zone, like this, the team earns 10 points. If the weight is completely in the green zone and is inside the locker, they'll earn 20 points. There are 2 different ways to score points for the weightlifting challenge. The first one is to have the dumbbell lifted completely off of its starting stand. If a team's able to do that, they earn 6 points. They can earn additional points by having the dumbbell moved to the second stand. If it's partially on, they'll earn 7 points. And if it is completely on the stand, both sides, like that, they'll earn 14 points. Our third challenge is archery. Each of these colored targets is worth 8 points. If the robot can knock down any target, they'll earn 8 points. So they can earn 8, 16 total, and 24 total. Our next challenge is curling. Teams can score points based on the 3 stones that are on the table. If the red opponent stone is moved outside of the large circle on B5, teams can earn 6 points. For the green stones, they're both scored the same way. Teams can earn 5 points if the green stone, this one, or this one, are partially or completely inside the large circle. They can earn either 5 points for this one or an additional 5 points for this one. They can earn 10 points by having either of these or both of them inside, completely inside the inside ring at B6. If both of these are inside and not touching the edge, that'll be 10 points for each for a total of 20. Our surprise rule for teams is something that should be pretty simple. The robot just needs to return to the starting base. When we say that it needs to be in the starting base, any part of the robot that is touching the table needs to be inside the red. It's okay if part of the robot is outside of the red as long as that part is not touching the table.